A customer swears at a clerk over a kiosk, but sometimes a setting is the real cause. If you skip 3 seconds on the top banner, remote support active, payments can get risky. At 14,007, the kiosk flashed, payment failed 05, and the customer started yelling. The clerk tapped status and checked external sessions 1 before anything else. A security pro in line pointed straight at the top banner. Replug the LAN for 10 seconds, switch remote support off, and the normal screen returns in 28 seconds. The customer insisted money was taken, so the clerk opened the payment history. It showed approved 0, declined 2, and a receipt line, decline reason 05. Then we checked the log at 14,I94, remote support ended together. A quick screenshot showed external sessions 0 right after the change. The cause was an active remote support session, and a reboot plus toggle off fixed it. Next time, take 2 screenshots, error and history, and scan the top banner for 3 seconds. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. They demanded a refund, blaming expired milk for getting sick. And if you don't verify it, your store takes the hit. They asked for a 12,001 refund with no receipt. So I opened the past purchase history first. I typed the last 4 barcode digits for A201 and the result count was 0, which was the first red flag. Still, I checked the shelf list. And it clearly said we only carry 3 milk items. Finally, I snapped the maker hotline on the carton and told them we don't sell this product here. The cause was a fake blame attempt, and the fix was showing post 0 results plus the shelf list as proof. Start with a last 4 barcode search. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A customer asking for a worker's number every day isn't a cute crush. Repetition can become a stalking pattern. He showed up 3 days in a row at 21:10 saying the same line. I logged the time and his exact words in my notes. Next day, we posted a 1-line refusal script by the register. After each talk, we saved 1 chat screenshot as proof. When he came again, the boss tapped the CADB timeline immediately. A save clip label popped up for 22:28. The turning point was a no entry notice on the door. It listed the date, the reason, and said we will report if you return. The cause was repeated number requests testing boundaries, and the fix was setting a clear line with logs and notices. Tip, post the refusal script on day 1 of the shift. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A false receipt review can damage a store immediately, so complaints always need verification. The customer claimed rude service, and the receipt showed a payment time of 3:10 p.m. and the store checked register logs for that time and confirmed the in-store audio setting was on. There was a 43-minute audio log around that time, and no issue was found. After mentioning the audio log, the review disappeared. Fast, the cause was false claims, and the fix was evidence start with logs. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. They demanded 10 free waters and you can spat into the cups, so you have to verify it. If you miss it, the next customer complaint becomes your problem. Around 1640, 3 middle schoolers asked for 10 water cups only. I immediately saved a screenshot from CCTV for that exact time. The problem was after they left, 10 cups were still on the table. I took a photo of the bin area and wrote cup count 10 in the incident log. Next was school verification. I summarized the timestamp and clothing details. I called the school office and sent the 1640 CCTV screenshot. The homeroom teacher came with them, and we cleaned together at 1725. I marked sanitized on the checklist and saved 1 more after photo. The cause was treating free as permission to cross the line, and the fix was evidence plus school cooperation. 1 tip, a single timestamp screenshot sets the standard for the conversation. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. Today is about a customer bragging VIP and looking down on staff until 1 quick check flipped the mood. If you skip verification, a single complaint can cost the store. At 3:20 p.m. and she said, I am VIP, do it right now. I opened the member lookup tab and asked for a barcode or phone number. The lookup showed grade basic and recent purchase 0. I took a quick screenshot and pressed the manager call button to log it. Then she raised her voice, saying she knows the building owner. The manager opened the facility contact list and told me to leave a call log. At 3:28 p.m., someone behind her said, "Respect for staff is the minimum." The facility screen showed "Landlord visit verified" and her face froze. The cause was using the VIP label to fake authority, and the fix was verifying the grade and logging the incident. Quick tip: when voices rise, screenshot the lookup and call a manager to log first. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A trash bag dumped at my storefront can bounce back on me if I just clean it up, so I save proof first. With gloves on, I opened the bag and found a receipt inside. I blurred the contact line and kept only the last digits 43. The receipt time 2147 matched our payment log perfectly. Same amount, 8,901, so it counted as solid evidence. On the report screen, I chose the category trash and waste and attached 2 files. I wrote only last digits 43, then tapped submit. The next day, a notification said the case was in progress. Littering can lead to a fine up to 1 million won, so keeping it official is safer. The cause was simple dumping, and the fix was bundling proof and logs into an official report. One tip: never share the full receipt, keep only last digits. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. The rolls were refilled at 2:10 p.m., and it was empty by 2:28 p.m. If we skip checks, staff gets blamed. So step 1 is logs, not confrontation. I snapped the empty holder photo and a stock sheet line showing 12 rolls missing. Next, 1 polite request only. I followed the countersign and asked to briefly open the bag, and the customer refused flatly. That is when you switch to the second check. I marked tasty TV clips, entered at 2:22 p.m., exited at 2:26 p.m. The customer suddenly threw around legal terms, so I called 112. The officer said, "Do not force a bag search, just preserve evidence of suspicion." The cause was loose supply tracking plus an early confrontation. The fix was a stock log and CFE bookmarks, and the tip is to note every restroom refill time. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. At 1:12 a.m., closing was done, but a drunk demanded fresh coffee and refused to leave. If you miss the first steps, the night drags on. He tapped the counter and said just 1 more cup, so I showed the last order log. The screen said 0055 order Qtoff. Then he raised his voice and said his dad ran the police. I stopped debating and did step 2. I called 112 in front of him. Dispatch said units were on the way, so I captured the CADB time code at 1:18 a.m. Then I followed the on-screen note, maintain distance. Officers actually arrived, separated the situation, and I showed the captured logs as is. His tone changed fast, because records speak claims. The cause was alcohol plus blurred closing boundaries, and the fix was consistent logs and a clear call for help. One tip: pin a closing mode checklist on your phone. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. If a delivery photo says completed but it vanishes, you have to verify fast to avoid losses. No screenshot means the argument drags on. First, I zoomed the delivery photo and compared the floor pattern and where the box was placed. I wrote down the alert time as 7:12 p.m. Next, I asked building management to view the hallway CTV and narrowed it to 7:10 to 7:20 p.m. I showed my ID and watched only with staff present. The result was clear. The neighbor picked up the box from my door. The camera even caught them struggling for 43 seconds at their door trying to open it. At that point, I did not argue. I organized proof first. I saved the delivery screenshot and the CEDF clip with matching timestamps in the file name. The cause was a package left unattended in a shared hallway, and the fix was following the formal process with time-stamped proof. One tip: screenshot the delivery alert right away and switch the drop-off location. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. This is about a parent who left a used diaper in our store changing room. We found it at 3:10 in the afternoon. The cleaning log showed a check at 14:50, and CEDV confirmed someone entered at 15 hours. The diaper bag had the child's name and class written on it. We took a photo of the tag and kept it as record. Store policy says contact the guardian after verifying hygiene issues. So we called the daycare listed on the tag. It turned out the parent rushed out and forgot to clean up. We received an apology and reduced changing room checks to 1-hour intervals. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When someone demands a refund for hard bread, check storage first. If you skip it, you risk loss and needless conflict. They said it was for a kid snack and the bread felt like a rock. I started by screenshotting the receipt time 9/12. 9/12. Next, I checked the post-sales log for the same item. It matched a purchase from 2 days ago, clean and clear. They still insisted it was bought today, so I pointed to the storage notice. Then I asked to check the photo timestamp too. The cause was leaving it at room temperature for 2 days, so it hardened. We closed it with storage guidance and a freeze, right away tip instead of a refund. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. One drink, and they stay for 4 hours, so the owner prints a table rental receipt. It sounds harsh, but turnover loss is real, so you need a clear rule. First, the owner checks the order time, paid at 11:10 in the morning, and now it is 3:05 in the afternoon. They screenshot the transaction history to keep proof. Next, they verify the shop policy. The bottom of the receipt says seating is limited to 2 hours. The owner prints one more copy so the exact line is visible. The customer says they are still working, so the owner does 2 steps of notice. After 30 minutes with no change, they show a draft receipt that includes a table rental fee line item. The key is the amount is printed too, a 12,001 table rental fee after 3 hours. The owner also shows a waiting list note that says 5 parties, linking the rule to real demand. The cause is table camping during peak hours, and the fix is setting a boundary with a written rule and a logged notice. A simple tip is to note the first and second notice times and keep one screenshot. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A false post claimed the part-timer was rude on the company board. If unchecked, it could lead to discipline or even termination. The post said there was swearing at 2:10 p.m. So we first checked the CTV and payment log from that exact time. There was only one payment of 12,001 at that time. A notice about call recording consent was clearly posted at the counter. The recording was 3 minutes 20 seconds long and had no swearing. Instead, it clearly captured the customer raising their voice first. In the end, the real issue was defamation through false claims. With captured logs and original files submitted, a counter lawsuit was filed. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A repeat shopper kept bagging items and saying they forgot to pay, but today we caught them in the act. If you let it slide, the staff takes the loss, so you have to verify. At 14:12, they came again and slipped a small snack into their bag first. I tapped the unpaid item alert on the register screen and saved a screenshot right away. Same script again, they said they forgot and would bring it back to the counter. So I opened the CTV bookmarks showing the same pattern 2 times in the last 2 days. I verified one more thing. Our training sheet has a line that says concealment counts as theft. I quietly pressed the silent alert button and saved the call log at 14:15. About 4 minutes later, the officers arrived while the person was still inside the store. I showed one unpaid item entry in the pause log and the amount 5,801 together. The cause was simple. They were a repeat offender betting on the I forgot excuse. We solved it by saving logs and the call record first, and one tip, if something feels off, create an evidence folder immediately. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe.